morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. How y'all doing? It's Kaiser, and I guess we need to address the elephant in the room, particularly Ahsoka. So, for any of you who may not have caught it, a little bit of backstory. I covered on my live stream for last Thursday the sixth episode. I've been doing an episode by episode review. Well, apparently, because I'm not absolutely just drooling over this show and just absolutely lapping up every little bit of member berries and jangling keys. Apparently, I'm not of the YouTube Illuminati, and therefore my live stream, because I showed on screen a few short little clips, little bits, and whatnot. Apparently that was deemed not kosher for the YouTube silencing brigade. So YouTube quickly smacked down the ban hammer and, well, they copy claimed my video. Let's face it, guys, if there was any recourse on that one, I would definitely try to do it, but Disney being as litigious as they are and YouTube being as absolutely wanting to enjoy taking it up the brown road, so to speak. Let's just be honest. Disney is not going to cave on it. YouTube's not going to cave on it. And so my live stream from last week is going to forever languish, absolutely unedited, and will probably never see the light of day again on YouTube. However, I need to address that elephant in the room with a great big caveat of this is why you should support Alt Tech and also support me over on Rumble as well as YouTube. I will definitely have links to my Rumble channel in the description. And guess what? Over on Rumble, the absolutely amazing people over there have decided that they are not going to force me to edit or copyright claim or demand any kind of action on my behalf. So if you want to watch the absolutely unfettered version, which is now going to be the only version that you can find of the episode 6 review of Ahsoka, you're going to need to just go right over to my Rumble channel and watch it there. And for all subsequent episodes where we're going to be covering the reviews of Ahsoka going forward, we're going to go over to Rumble because fuck you, YouTube. Thanks a lot for nothing, assholes. All right. With that being the case, let's get on into the actual meat and potatoes of what this review talk, whatever we're going to be doing today is. And we're going to be talking about the the ratings for Ahsoka overall compared to its compatriot programming. Yeah, well, everybody's been saying that there's been some issues with the Ahsoka numbers. Well, let's be honest with you. Disney doesn't really want you to acknowledge that.
Please, Pittsburgh! Nothing to see here, please!
So, yeah, there was already some questions regarding the viewership for Ahsoka right from the get-go. Even the places like the director saying that Ahsoka has weak viewership compared to other Star Wars shows. And over at Bounding into Comics, this came out really early on, saying Ahsoka has abysmal viewership, one of the worst Star Wars Disney Plus premieres since Mandalorian season 1. And of course, Samba TV was quick to get in on the action and absolutely letting us know that apparently over the first 6 days, according to them on Samba TV, that their information showed that only 1.2 million households had watched Ahsoka. Excuse me. Well, then we got the information where Disney came out making an announcement that the first episode of Ahsoka clocked in 14 million views worldwide on Disney Plus, but they were very interestingly slow to actually let anybody know where they were getting their numbers. Well, the fact of the matter is that those numbers never really added up to begin with. So, of course, people started to ask questions, myself included. And well, we finally got back some of those numbers finally. So, thankfully to the good folks over at the Nielsen ratings, we finally got some information. And also, it was reported over at Variety with finally getting some of this up there as well. They reported the top 10, and believe it or not, Ahsoka was actually in those numbers for the weeks that we are looking at right now. So currently, Ahsoka is sitting at 829 watch hours for its premiere. That was, right there between August 21st and 27th. So that's a 6 day period. Now, again, the Nielsen ratings are the absolutely definitive. That is the numbers. If 829 million people watched it and Nielsen says it, that's the facts. So, yeah, we looked at those numbers, and of course, immediately people started to have questions. Wait a minute. Samba TV says 1.2 million households, and then we have a little bit of more information from Disney saying 14 million viewers. Okay, I have questions. Thankfully, because the way the Nielsen's are calculated, we actually were able to do a little bit of math. So follow me down the rabbit hole, and we'll actually crunch some of those numbers. I haven't been crunching the numbers as much on this show lately, but let's get into it because I know that's what you all love to do. So here is actually an article. This is going way back to June of last year from the Hollywood Reporter saying about Stranger Things and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So Nielsen says more than 11 million people watched both shows during their opening weekend. So having crunched the numbers here, let's see, the first one here that I have, oops, I knocked that one off the show. 1 second. Okay. So these numbers, so right here, I took the aggregate as like so what you do to calculate the Nielsen numbers, you take the total amount of viewership hours watched, and then it's always in millions. And then, of course, you divide that by how many minutes long the actual episode itself was. And then you can calculate over the how many day period it was that this actually worked. Like how they that's how they calculate the numbers. So, according to the math here, so with that being said, Ahsoka had, according to Nielsen's own numbers, about 829 million hours watched. Again, this is always minutes in millions. 829 million hours watched. And so then we divide that by the total length of the first two episodes, which were both premiered at the same time, total of 96 minutes. So you divide 829 million divided by 96, and then you get 8,635,416 minutes, which means that in its first 6 days, again, the Nielsen's are calculated in 6 day increments. In 6 days, Ahsoka was only able to clock 8.6 million views and not the 14 million that they claimed.
Bullshit or not?
In this case, it's definitely bullshit because the numbers don't lie. And yeah, Disney came out immediately after the episode, absolutely just claiming to the high heavens they had 14 million views on Ahsoka. And now we have the actual aggregate data, and we can compare it to some of the other shows that actually premiered at that around the same time. So let's just start from the top here and let's ask, Well, Obi-Wan Kenobi, this Disney Plus series, how much it's like how many folks did that get and what was the numbers? Well, according to the data that we have, Obi-Wan was able to crack a eight sorry. Obi-Wan was able to crack 11.18 million in 3 days, not 6. And that is a pretty substantial number of views there. And then, of course, also on here, The Mandalorian season 3 in 5 days clocked 11.1 million. And even more interestingly, Book of Boba Fett, which was abysmally bad. I will fully admit, having watched that one all the way through, it was absolutely awful. That show was a dumpster fire. And that one still, in its first 4 days, clocked in 10 million views. That is pretty wild. And so, yeah. So even Mandalorian season 3, as abysmal as that one was, still clocked in 11.1 million views. And of course, Ahsoka, yeah, only tracking in 8.6 million in 6 days. That's bad. Now, I will freely admit, and just to make sure I cover my bases and that nobody can try and come back on me and call it, undue bias, we do have to admit that there is one show that did even worse in the Star Wars vein than even Ahsoka did, and that is unfortunately Andor. So Andor in 6 days only amassed, at least according to my math, only about 5.4 million views. That is really bad. Okay. So again, just making sure we're clear on that Ahsoka was not as bad in the numbers as Andor, but it's that's that let's be real. It's not that much better when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of the numbers. You know, it's that's just bad. It's really sorry to see. Really sad numbers. But of course, we can't really even say that this is, anything that we're not used to because, well, we just got to look at what's been currently going on with Ahsoka to see exactly why people are not liking this show. But it's like by and large, I mean, so Ahsoka has already started off with making the terrible mistakes of The Force Awakens, with doing the map MacGuffins and all kinds of usual little things that just break everybody's immersion with the show, including destroying lightsabers as not being all that deadly and easy to survive, insulting the prequel fans, getting roasted online for that kind of stuff. They've even gone in with is like now with the most recent premiere of episode 6, they brought back Thrawn, which Thrawn has seriously bad dad bod and kind of just looks like blue space Elon Musk. I'm just going to say it. He looks like blue Elon Musk, and he's got seriously bad dad bod. And he's not intimidating. Thrawn in the original expanded universe stories, and even in you know, the Rebels series, from what little clips I've seen of it. I did not watch Rebels, full disclosure, or Clone Wars. Sorry, just full disclosure. Apparently, Thrawn was in Rebels, and from what clips I have seen of him, they did try and actually bring that intimidating sort of you know, posture to him in those shows. In this, it's the same actor who plays the voice of Thrawn in the Rebels TV show. It's Lars Mikkelsen. And look, the guy's got a great voice, but he is not able to bring across this intimidating bad guy like Thrawn is. He's just not able to do it. And now, of course, we've got even more information with the rumors that Ahsoka is expected to introduce a new way of viewing and using the Force through the witches of Dathomir. And if you believe some of the rumors that are coming out right now, which at this point, the rumors are more often than not proving to have a grain of truth to them. It's sounding like they very well could try to pull an absolutely just Deus Ex Machina crap and try and do the whole forces female thing that Kathleen Kennedy has been wanting forever. And something that apparently was originally set up in the Acolyte, but since the Acolyte is now never going to see the light of day, they're pushing it onto this show, basically making it so that way they are going to try to allegedly, if you believe the rumors, and look, it's a rumor, take it with a grain of salt. In this case, take it with a bucket of salt. But, apparently, from some of the rumors that we're hearing, it's sounding like they're going to try and use this Witches of Dathomir, thing that they're talking about in the last episode, possibly kill off the Force in the whole dichotomy of the light side, dark side, and which would basically just make whatever magic the Witches of Dathomir have as the kind of new de facto Force, but not Force in the galaxy, which in a matriarchal society would be completely controlled by women. Yep. Pretty sure they're going to go whole hog on that one because Disney cannot stop stepping in it. And they are constantly devoted to stepping in it. But of course, it remains to be seen because there has been some rumblings, which I will cover in another video later on today, that Disney is trying to say that they're going to be bowing out of the culture wars and trying to focus on making good entertainment. I'll believe that when I see it. Spoiler alert. But, hey, honestly, the show sucks. But honestly, if they decide to reverse course and they try to start, showing back to the times when they were just wanted to be focused on making good entertainment, good on them, because there's another show out there, Netflix's One Piece, that I will not stop praising right now because it does everything that this show wants to do, which is to actually get people on board and actually get people to like it. But you know what? It's not going to, because what One Piece does right is that it doesn't insult the fans. It doesn't try to change everything or add politics to things. They actually tried to make it as close to the source material as they could, with the absolute understanding by the creator that the creator, Ichiro Oda, was going to stand behind it, try and actually help them figure out how to do things right. That's how you do a series, folks. Stick to the source material. Well, since they're not going to actually do the original Heir to the Empire, and this is the absolute garbage that they're going to try to give us instead. Well, the old Disney motto.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Loyalty to Disney. Loyalty to the brand. Loyalty is salvation. Loyalty is life.
Well, pardon me, but especially after last week's Real Talk episode, giant fuck you to YouTube for you'll let people play the entire episode and react to it like a bunch of hyperactive monkeys, but you won't actually sit there and let anybody have a stab at actually trying to give it an actual critical critique. Nope. You just want people to sit there like a bunch of just hyperactive children watching the show, jangling keys, and expect people to just like seal clap, and enjoy it. Well, guess what? Some people actually remember what it's like to actually watch good Star Wars and good cinema and good movies. And you know what? we don't we don't buy this crap. We're not into it. We don't like it, and we will absolutely demolish it at every chance we get. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you on another video. I've got videos 5 days a week. Got a couple of them coming out today. Also, going to be doing a live stream on Wednesday and Thursday. Although my Thursday live stream, which is usually here over on YouTube, because we're covering the episodes of Ahsoka as they come out. The next episode, well, I should say the remaining 2 episodes that we're going to be reviewing of Ahsoka, well, we're going to be having those as Rumble exclusives. So we'll start on YouTube. We'll kind of let everybody, help everybody shuffle over, but then we'll be covering those over there. So please definitely go down there. Link in the description. Follow me on Rumble as well as YouTube and all my other socials. All of my links are down there in the description. I will see you on the next video. Peace.